All right. There we go. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that. But yeah, I'm just here to answer some questions if you want to hang out for a bit, and yeah, just have at it. I'll see if I can answer as much as I can. What's up, Phantom? Yeah, my day's good. It's really hot out here at the moment, but I don't know. It was fun to play the set, and really stoked to see the feedback on it too. What's up, Kitchen Party? Brian, oh, you guys heard that, eh? What's up, Thomas? Protatoes, Atomic Nitro, Pro Genshi, Eclipse, hey man. Hannah R. Lewis, Kitchen Party, Elliptic, Crystal Lizado. I'm trying. Yeah, sweat right through the shirt. I couldn't dance around that much. But D&B for me, upcoming collaborations. Nothing solid at the moment, just like ideas. Like I'm talking to a lot of different friends about eventually doing a collaboration. Me and Protostar have sort of spoken it into existence. I don't know what else I can say about the other ones that I've done, but yeah, we'll see about that. Thanks for the feedback on the set, guys. Who's my favorite Monster Cat artist and why is it Protostar? Wow, okay. Well, it's gotta be Muzz. Sorry, Alex. No, it's Protostar. What's up, Prototype Reaper? Night Shift New UK. Yo, thanks for the kind words. What's next for Bensley? Potatoes. I played a tune in that set that will be coming out on Monster Cat in October. We're just sort of working towards that now. The song's not 100% finished, but you probably, if you sat through the whole set, you probably know which one it was. But I'm really excited about that. That's probably what's next for me. And then I'm working on just sort of filling out the release schedule for the rest of the year. How are the D&B parties in Canada? At the moment, they're non-existent, but when they are happening, they're actually pretty good. Like I haven't played that many cities in Canada. I've done Toronto, Montreal, Quebec City, Vancouver, Calgary. I think that's it. But yeah, they're really strong shows. Definitely some of the strongest cities in North America, I would think. I just can't wait for the shows to start again. What state / country am I in? I'm in Canada, and I'm in Ontario. Oof. Yeah, oof. Protostar says, it's okay, I'm his sister's favorite artist anyway, and that's true. I sent him a screenshot a while back. Me and my sister were in the car, and a song came on, and she said, like, oh, I can't stop listening to this right now. And I checked to see who it was, and it was Alex Protostar. So I just put out a new single as well, so I can't say I was that stoked about her feedback. Have I gotten a win in Fall Guys yet? No, Eclipse, I haven't. I've only got a couple hours on it so far, and you've been there for every game I've lost so far. So I think you actually took one off me, which feels bad. Yeah, Elliptic, October is far away. I've been trying to like keep the release schedule sort of kind of packed if I can, to like not have these huge gaps between my songs coming out, but it's just, Monster Cat has a very busy schedule, and I'm trying to like slot myself in where I can. Oh, we got some birthdays in October. Nice. Is the set going to be posted? I don't know yet. Depending on how much of the music is like okay legally to post, I think there might be some VODs from it on Twitch here. But if not, I'm going to probably rebroadcast the whole thing on Facebook and then have like a permanent upload there. Maybe this weekend, we'll see. Damn, this guy's pretty much Chris Evans. I'm Captain Canada. Hey, do you play Warzone? Yo, what's up, Al? Yeah, you know I play Warzone. That's a low ball question. I suck at it, as you know. But we'll play tonight. Strong D&B culture in Toronto. Yeah, there is. Definitely not the scene it once was, but like it's complicated because like I feel like it's hard to get people to show up for locals. Like back when I was just trying to break through, it was fuck, it's so bright. It was hard to draw a crowd, and like I think if you get guys like Andy C, household names, Camo Crooked, those guys, you can fill a room with 1,000 people easily. But yeah, it's really hit and miss. What's my dog's name and when did I get her/him? That's not actually my dog. That's my cousin's dog, and his name is Dexter. He's a lab. I'm sure you can make the connection there. Yo, Pierce, you missed a set? No worries. Yeah, we'll get it up somewhere on the internet. Have I listened to every single Monster Cat song ever? No, there's so many. I haven't even scratched the surface. But as you can probably hear from the mix, I do have some favorites. And like, Monster Cat was a thing around when I was starting to get back into electronic music. So a lot of my favorite tunes, just based on nostalgia almost, is they're like the older ones. Like there was a Rogue tune, there was a Noise Storm tune. Had to put some Muzz in there. If the mix was longer, I'd put some Protostar in there. Are there any other D&B artists from Canada besides myself that I would recommend? Well, Hannah, there's not that many I can think of. Of course, there's Rene LeVice. He's massive. He's the other Canadian on Ram Records. Zeal, he's out in Edmonton, I think, or Calgary. Oh God, he's gonna kill me if I get that wrong. But he's really good. Dan Dakota, who unfortunately hasn't released in a while, but his stuff is rock solid. God, I should have prepared for this question because I feel like there's some people that are gonna be angry. But sorry if I forgot you. Is the song gonna be near the end or the start of October? Definitely earlier in October, yeah. Shout me out or I'll cry. What up, Chief Queef? I can't believe you made me say your name. And Polaris, yes. Oh my God. Okay, I forgot Polaris. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Who are my influences to make or when I'm making music? Comes from all sorts of genres, really. From within drum and bass, I would say Camo Crooked, Wilkinson, Subfocus, Etherwood. Some of the new guys inspire me as well. Like, I don't know if you heard that Kumarion. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but that tune that I dropped in the mix is kind of game changing for me. I really want to, I don't know, see what else he's got coming up. What are some of my favorite Monster Cat tracks? Definitely, honestly, all my favorite ones are the ones I dropped in this set. Like, I love the drum and bass tempo trap tunes that Rogue and Noise Storm did. Yeah, I love the heavier side of Monster Cat for sure. Someday you collab with Flight. Yeah. Yeah, he has to pick a new name first, unfortunately. But that is something we are hoping to do at some point. Oh yeah. So sorry. Influences outside of drum and bass. Yeah, definitely Deadmau5. Flume. Why am I blanking on this? Phala. You could probably hear in that set that I have a bit of dubstep influence, and that's because I got into dubstep before drum and bass. So a lot of those guys influenced me in a little way as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say too many influences just because, like, I could go on for hours. What's my opinion on Marshmello? Delicious. He's definitely successful. The tunes aren't bad either. I don't know. I haven't listened to too much of his stuff. Have I ever fished in that lake? No. I've never been much of a fisherman, which is maybe kind of a waste. The fish in the lake aren't, like, it's hard to find big ones as well. Like, I don't know, you have to know the spots to find the right fish, and I definitely don't. Did someone ask the pineapple on pizza question? Someone asks that every time, and the answer is always yes, pineapple belongs on pizza. Yeah, fight me. Do I know Riot? I've heard the name, I don't know their songs. Worth checking out? NC17? Yeah, he's worth checking out. My bad. What am I doing during the pandemic? Mostly music. Yeah, it's hard to... I don't know, I'm having a rough time because I really miss playing shows, and shows are what inspires me to do music a lot of the time. But music is still primarily what I'm doing. I'm definitely doing a lot of gaming though, so that's my big distraction as well. Okay, you guys don't like the pineapple answer? Okay. Oh my god, how many viewers did I lose because of the pineapple question? How long does it take me to finish a track? Too long. There's been a few tracks that have been like a really, really quick start to finish in like a few days or a week. But the majority of them I keep around for so long just to explore all of the creative possibilities I can with it. Yeah, like some of the tunes on my last album were ideas that I had from 2 to 3 years, honestly. Like, another reason for that is some of the ideas I come up with are hard to find a way to release. Like, you know, they're not always suitable as singles on a drum and bass label or something like that. And tunes like that end up sitting around unused for a long time, and they go through a lot of changes before they eventually get released. So I am sitting on a lot of, you know, different stuff like that as well that will eventually probably be put on an EP. Yeah, sort of building up to that though. How long does it usually... Oh, sorry, that was the same question. Do I know how to play any physical instruments? Just the saxophone. And any saxophone in upcoming tracks. The next single on Monster Cat has sax in it. Pretty prominently actually. And I'm hoping to work it into some other ones. I think there's one other potential Monster Cat release coming up that has sax in it. Yeah, I'm at the moment, the sax usually plays like a pretty passive role in the tune, like, you know, just like a little fill, or, you know, I'll layer it and put it in the background. And I'm really trying to use it in a way that puts it up front, you know, like I'm playing the lead of the tune or something like that, and it's kind of hard to pull off without it sounding cheesy. So I'll get there. What was the first EDM song I liked that brought me into the genre? Well, that's hard to say because, like, EDM covers such a massive range of genres. I wouldn't be able to place what my first, like, drum and bass tune or what my first dubstep tune was, but before those, I think the first deadmau5 tune I listened to was the one that sort of made me dive into it a bit more. It was probably Strobe. That's probably also a really popular answer, but I think that influenced a lot of people to get into electronic music. So, like, that's just a masterpiece. What games have I been playing? Lots of Warzone. Yeah, that's my biggest waste of time, because I spend hours on it just to suck. That's kind of sad. I play a lot of Switch games as well. Like, right now I'm really into Stardew Valley, Tetris 99, a little bit of Animal Crossing. Got other games I end up playing with him are Ultimate Chicken Horse, and yeah, lots of Rocket League as well. But my favorite game at the moment is... I feel like it's Fall Guys at the moment. I can't tell, like, if the time spent having fun outweighs the time spent raging at it. How long have I had experience with the saxophone? I started playing it when I was in, like, the 5th grade. So I would have been about... Like, I played it really seriously up till the end of high school. And then after that, I fell off really hard. And I've only really picked it up now to record with it, which is something I'm kind of ashamed of. And I want to get back into it. You can hear the mourning dove? Oh, man. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Do I have a favorite breakfast? Yes, I do. Atomic Nitro. It's definitely anything with poached eggs, like Eggs Benedict, Eggs Royale. Yeah, I'm just a sucker for poached eggs, honestly. Advice for aspiring producers. Really depends sort of what you're working on at the moment, like how far you are along in if you want to improve your sound design and your production without having to like spend a lot of time on original ideas, then do remix contests. Just download the stems. Yeah, just, and like that's how I sort of worked on my production, was just trying to imitate the people that I admired, and you know, through your own limitations and experience, you sort of develop your own style as well. Also, listen to lots of different artists so that your influences are diverse as possible, and you develop your own sound that way. And be active on social media, which is the point that I kind of resent, but like you have to do that if you want to sort of get your name out there. Yeah, potatoes. I do want to get a tune in Rocket League. That's like the only reason I started working with Monster Cat, honestly. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're talking about it with like not this single, but the next one. They're trying to like pitch it to the developers or like their music team, and you know, fingers crossed. That'd be fun. I want a flag in that game as well. That'd be sick. How long did it take me to make Muskoka, the album? Honestly, it's hard to say because for some, like I started working on tunes for another album right after my first album, and that was 5 years ago, so it definitely took a certain number of years. I definitely also, like, I didn't start focusing on an album. Like, I thought I was just gonna do singles for a while, but I didn't focus on the album until like 2 years before it came out, so it still took a really long time considering. And my favorite tune from it, that's hard to say. there's a lot that I'm proud of, but I feel like Hard Times sort of best represents my range and styles as an artist, and I'm still really proud of it. That'd probably be my favorite. What's my highest rank in Rocket League? I think mid diamond. Like, I'm not that good. And like, I haven't played it. Like, when I was playing it all the time, it was mid diamond, and recently it's dropped a lot. I think also because the community has just gotten better. So I've really dropped the ball. Pun intended, by the way. Any reason why Into Darkness is split into 2 parts? I wanted, like, the first part is just a really long atmospheric intro, and then the second part actually follows a pretty standard, like, club drum and bass arrangement. So I wanted the second half of the tune to be easy enough for a DJ to load up into a CD player and just play. Because if it was one 7-minute tune, it probably wouldn't have, you know, it probably would have just put a lot of people off. Also, like, a lot of people don't want to sit through that 3-minute intro, so that's the part where it just, or yeah, you go for part 2 if you just want to skip straight to it. When am I releasing a Foghorn Roller? Are people tired of those yet? I feel like this pandemic has sort of made people shift towards non-club music, like more melodic stuff, which is perfect for me. But yeah, I'm honestly kind of tired of the Foghorn sound. Having said that, Flight's remix of my tune Secrets is the best Foghorn tune I've ever heard. What did I take from the community's reaction to All Night? Sounded pretty polarizing, which I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. Sort of when there's a split reaction to a song, I just sort of take that as, okay, I made something interesting, you know? Like, if everyone loves it, then maybe you're not taking enough risks. Like, I don't mind if everyone loves it, though. You know, it's a good feeling either way for me. Atomic Nitro. Have I ever listened to Halftime Drum and Bass? Yeah, for sure. Big fan of that sort of stuff. Do you mean like Dub Physics and like who else? Ivy Lab, or do you mean like drum step, like hard drum and bass with like halftime drums? Either way, I listen to it. And it's some of my favorite stuff to play as well because it switches up the flow of a set so nicely. What's my favorite place I've traveled to? Gotta be New Zealand. I've done 2 tours there now. I did one right before the pandemic started, and you can't live there and not be happy. I mean, that's how I would feel anyway. Like, I would just be happy to go outside my house and see like just giant mountains on the horizon and stuff, and just be able to go to the beach, and like everything just seems so nice there. And especially seeing the way they've handled this outbreak has been, you know, it's contributed to my love of that country. Australia is nice as well. I just really like warm places, I guess. Yeah, Flight's remix is huge. Am I a fan of Pendulum? For sure. Yeah, you'll never meet a drum and bass fan who doesn't have at least a little bit of respect for Pendulum. I think they've done so much to influence the genre, and they were some of the first tunes I heard that got me into it. In fact, I think they were, yeah, they or El Hornet, the DJ from Pendulum, was playing the first festival I ever went to, which was huge in getting me into it. Am I following NHL or NBA? Not too closely. I don't know. I don't have anything against it. I just like find it hard to have time to follow everything that I want to follow. But when our local teams start doing well, I'm a bit of a bandwagoner, so you can hate me for that if you want. But yeah, favorite teams, obviously, Leafs and Raptors. Leafs for hockey, Raptors for basketball. Would I like to play EDC Las Vegas? Yeah, that would be a dream, honestly. I don't see that happening anytime soon, but hopefully on the other side of all this COVID stuff, if there is another side to it, drum and bass has, hopefully by then, drum and bass has gained a bit more traction in the US. Let's see. Hannah, what are your favorite drum and bass promotion channels on YouTube? I don't follow that many. I would definitely say UKF is the main one. You listed some pretty good ones there as well. UKF for like, actually they put up such a wide range of stuff. It's like, I don't know, I always see what they're promoting. And Skank and Bass is nice as well for like darker, more minimal stuff. Slightly more underground. Favorite bald D&B producer. It's got to be 2/3 of Noisia. And you're right, they are Dutch, so. Would love for North American drum and bass artists to tour together. Do you see that happening? Before COVID, my North American agent was actually working on making that sort of thing happen. Like he was going to get me and Flight and Muzz, even though he's not North American, I think he was going to try and get him to join us on like the same shows. But I think it's a great idea for strengthening the genre as well. The Worship guys are doing that. They're not North American, but like they do these North American tours as a collective to help push the genre, and I think it does wonders, honestly. What's the process behind making my own visuals in the visualizer? So the last two, like the ones for Monster Cat, because we're in a pandemic and I haven't been able to shoot any footage myself, I've just used stock footage. Like I'll pick a theme for the tune, get some stock footage, edit it together in a way that seems cohesive and fits the tune, and make it look flashy. Not too flashy, because I learned with All Night that if the same flashy video loops over and over again, you might not rub the epileptic crowd the right way. So I've dialed back the flashing a little bit. But when things are fine, like for the last album, I shot a lot of the footage myself. I also shot I'd shot a music video for the lead track, but it never came out. I actually posted that on my, like a short clip of that on my Instagram not too long ago. So yeah, I love doing video as well. So that's sort of a passion that plays into, like it plays into the music career pretty well. What do I think about Muzz's album? It's probably the best album I've heard this year for sure. I think it's, like he sent me the whole thing and I've listened to it and there's not a bad track on there. The whole thing is incredibly well produced. All of his tunes are so like meticulously detailed. It just makes me over and over again. And like you'll always hear something new every time you listen to it. Like there's so much replay value. The whole thing's really cohesive. And he sort of nailed this like rock sound he's going for. So I'm really proud of him, and I think the whole thing is going to be really well received. Have I considered living in the UK? Yeah, I have. It's not looking so good at the moment, but yeah, I really like it out there. I love it in London. I love the culture. I spent a lot of time there. It would make sense for me to spend at least half my year there. Ideally, I would like live half there and half at home and just fly back and forth. But yeah, it's kind of hard to do at the moment. Can't talk. Would I rather live in the UK or the US? That's the UK, easy. Sorry. The US is a little bit weird at the moment. We're just sort of watching and seeing what happens. Never a dull moment there, though. Any favorite D&B albums from last year or this year? From last year? Why can't I remember? I guess I wasn't focused on other people's albums last year because I was making my own, but I just cannot remember any. I know there are good ones and probably ones that I liked, but they didn't stick in my mind for some reason. If I had the time to look them up, I'd get back to you with an answer. But this year, it's definitely Moses' album. Coven's album, really good as well. And yeah, when I listen to albums, it's primarily like non-drum and bass stuff. I don't know why that is. I just prefer drum and bass as like, I like it in doses, I guess. Opinions on Fox Stevenson's D&B direction. I think it's great. That tune he put out not too long ago called Like That is one of my favorite things I've heard in a long time. I think it's really creative. Like the whole pop punk influence is really, really fresh. And I think he pulls it off really well. So you'll see it. Favorite album of all time? Oh, God. God. It changes. I feel like it changes quite often. But my most consistently listened to album is Jamie XX's In Color. I think that's a pretty like god tier album right there, and I never get tired of it. And just every tune is a banger, or not a banger, but like, you know what I mean. They're good. Please make that North American tour once it's allowed to happen. Yeah, that is. It was going to happen right before this pandemic. Like, I was actually in the process of getting my US visa. Thankfully, I didn't finish the application. But, you know, when things are better, I definitely hope to make it happen. For the moment, I'm just trying to, you know, build traction in the North American market as much as I can. And then hopefully it makes the tour. But yeah, I think I'm actually going to wrap up now. It's getting pretty hot out here, and yeah, I'm starving. But yeah, I hope you guys, and it means a lot to me to have been able to do a little show for you guys and answer some questions and hang out. Yeah, I appreciate you all for turning up. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, that's about it from me. I'll talk to you guys later.